I kept going to Scherzer games. It was his first time pitching at Dodger Stadium, and it was against the Astros. So there was so much at stake there, and you could feel it in the crowd. People are showing up in trash cans, you know?
Wow, since 2017.
FL2 I just want somebody to talk Dodgers to me. What triggered this again? This idea?
Crazy.
I called you on a walk and said, let's. I was listening to the book.
You were listening to the book.
Mhm.
And, it's making my heart really happy because you're finding out. And I know that's how you fall in love with players is like, and there's so many. There's so many that you've even dove into. And me being here, that dove
Yeah.
into.
You know what it is? You like to add an N sometimes.
Okay.
And you don't need it.
Okay, Melissa.
Nana and Papa's best friends were Ruth and George.
Uh-huh.
And they were New Yorkers. And they would call me Melissa and Samantha. It's Ruth and George. Melissa and Samantha.
Oh my God, I love it.
I hope Ruth is doing well.
Oh, George has passed?
Yes.
Oh, poor George.
Ruth and Nana had the sweetest friendship.
That's so cute.
So sweet. And she keeps in touch with my mom and me on Facebook. And
yeah.
Hey, Ruth.
Oh, hi, Ruth. Next time I'm there, let's meet. No, you even dive into players, and I'm like, wow, I didn't really know that about them because I don't realize, especially going back like what we did, how much I've watched games and have lived moments, and I haven't even realized how much that moment has either impacted or how much you just forget about moments. And it's like, gosh, it was fun.
I know. So today we are diving into past Dodger moments, some favorites of ours. And really, like, when I called you and I've been listening to the book. Actually, you want to grab it?
Sure. Where is it?
You know what? This is a good opportunity to get our listeners involved in things we're doing. We've been just kind of immersing ourselves during this off season in different books to learn more about the Dodgers. And
do we start a book club?
We can.
That'd be fun. That's kind of different.
Jack is reading the Clayton Kershaw book, which I read last year, and it was amazing. And I'm so glad you're loving it as much as I did.
I am. I can't wait to talk about it, but I want to finish it.
And I know we're not done with the books yet. So guys, if you want to read them and then you'll be ready when we want to discuss them, that would be really fun.
That would be fun.
So you're reading
The Last of His Kind, which is it gives you the chills reading the title.
I know.
Because it's kind of sad.
So
but anyway,
if anyone wants to get that book, the author is Andy McCullough. And
have it, but
I have read / listened to it on Audible, The Best Team Money Can Buy, Molly Knight. And I haven't been able to stop listening. I swear I'm like on a walk listening, then coming in, chopping vegetables listening, then getting in my car listening.
See, okay. And
isn't that so fun?
It's so fun. And literally, listeners, I want you to tell us, do you like to read or do you like to listen? Or are you open to both? Because I'm open to both. I'm like intentionally reading because I'm trying to get back into the reading mode. Man, is it hard, especially when you're busy. I feel like at night I get tired and it doesn't help because I'm not really reading. I'm falling asleep. And then during the day, I don't really have a second to stop. Even on Sunday when I was at Golden Road, the first game, Patriots, I didn't necessarily have to be like as engaged. So I'm trying to read and it's like people are coming up.
You're reading at the bar?
Bro, I have to find time because I was into it. But this is where listening is just, I think, fits our lifestyle more.
I really appreciate that you've been really wanting to like sit down and read and kind of get back in that habit. I've accepted that right now I can't really do that.
Yeah.
Because if I have a chance to walk and exercise, because I feel like I'm on my computer so much editing and putting things together, audibles work for me right now and I can multitask. And if I can exercise while listening, that's kind of the best of both worlds.
Totally. And I'm hopping back onto this listening thing because it's truly like it's taking me longer than I want to read this book, but I'm also into it, but I also can't stop to like just sit there and read it. I'm like, I went outside and was like, you know what, I'm gonna give myself. I was reading. Remember, I told you, I'm like, I have to go. This is my block that I blocked off
Yes.
to read, right?
Yes.
Well, then I got sleepy and I was like, okay, the sun's out. I'm gonna go lay by the pool, get some sun, and then
Uh-huh.
read. But then it's bright, the pages are white, and I'm like, this is just the
See,
worst.
it's just as much as you're wanting it to work, it's just not.
Yeah.
But everything I'm reading, like I want to call you and tell you everything. And then you're like, okay, stop, save it for the pod.
I
And
know. But
but
that's
it's
how this
sparking so
started.
many ideas in me and just learning more about the McCourt era and the Guggenheim group coming in. Oh my gosh, guys, we have so much to talk about.
I know.
But get these books. I end up listening on Audible, but then buying the hard copy because I like to highlight it.
Well, let's get into it. Let's introduce us,
Oh, so welcome back to Talk Dodgers to me. I am Melissa Meyer.
I'm Jacqueline Ruiz.
And we are diving into our favorite past Dodger moments today.
Yeah, at least some of them. Look, guys, they all can be my favorite. Once you start rewatching, I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of my favorite. I forgot that one,
I
And
know.
it honestly ends up becoming like your favorite game
Mm-hmm.
because for some reason, one play turns into just like this snowball of things that happened. And then you're just like, I actually think I just liked that game.
It honestly just makes me fall in love with baseball again because it's like these magical moments, even like a moment from you that's connecting with something that I experienced.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing and all the reasons that we love baseball.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
All right. Okay, so
I'm gonna
yesterday
put
you
this book
called me, and
down.
this is what I was gonna say is
What?
that you, in order to really fall in love with certain things, you love to know the backstory and you love to
Mm-hmm.
dive in.
Yeah.
And there's just so many, like how could you possibly do it for every single one? One of my favorite players, if not my favorite during that time he was on our team, and just who he was as a person when I had the honor of meeting him, Adrian Gonzalez. And I've always like said that. And
Mm-hmm.
I love that he was a power hitter. He was an amazing first baseman. He brought such a spark to our city. And you're talking about it yesterday because you're starting to this book's kind of diving into his beginning with the Dodgers and all that. And I loved it
Mm-hmm.
because it's even stuff that I didn't necessarily know. And I didn't necessarily put together what the back end of what that was. All I
Yeah.
knew was a fan, and I had this person in front of me who was just like bringing this spark. So it was really fun to hear you start talking about it because it's like, I know he's really good. Like he was so fun for our
Yeah.
city. Yeah.
Well, even last year when we got to meet him and how excited you were because he's been your favorite player for so long. So then and also, the last couple weeks as the baseball world is hating on the Dodgers, I feel so strongly about what the Dodgers are doing in a positive way that I want to be able to talk about it and know what I'm talking about and
Mm-hmm.
understand. So even going back like decades to the McCourt era when that was a totally different world for Dodger fans and the
Mm-hmm.
Dodger organization. So understanding how we got to where we are now, I don't care that anyone hates the Dodgers
Yeah.
because we deserve to have this. We weren't always this winning organization that cared about spending and winning. But we'll get into all of that once we finish the books
Mm-hmm.
and can really just dive in. But we
Yeah.
also decided that, like, we've talked in length, obviously, about this past World Series and even the 2024 World Series. And I think we'll, like, get to some of those moments, but we really went back
Yeah.
and kind of started. Well, I obviously started when I moved here. So really like 2012.
Yeah. I think
But yours
I
like go
pushed it
back,
to
right?
'06. I
And we
pushed it
haven't
to
told each
'06.
other any of these yet.
Yeah. I pushed it. It wasn't so much that I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember that. It was more of like, ooh, that was one of my favorite players. And I remember being so ignited over him. Let's see what he did. Let me,
Yeah.
and so those are some of how these came about, which is fun because I just checked what the answers on our Instagram post were. And there's a few that we have
Really?
that people brought up.
Okay.
So that's fun.
Okay. Well, we'll look back at it in case there's any that people talked about that we want to
Yeah.
acknowledge. So the first one that I wrote was Adrian Gonzalez's first home run at Dodger Stadium. That was such I guess a little bit of what I've learned. what happened with the McCourt era, then the Guggenheim group takes over. And this was such a moment to almost like reignite Dodger fans again to believe in this team and this organization with this new player that they were really banking on. So I feel like that just did so much for Dodger world.
Yeah.
And introduced Adrian Gonzalez.
And I think
soon to become everyone's fave.
I know. And I think that's what's so crazy about you. Like, I didn't necessarily know that the owners were intentionally, making Adrian a certain something and saw something in him and really saw the response that we gave him and all that. And then they just dive into it. And that's so special because I felt it. It was like, who is this? And like, what is this? And it was a really fun flip.
Yeah. And I can like vaguely remember this happening and watching it, or maybe even watching highlights, but now understanding more of the backstory. I think this was really one of the like most important home runs since Kirk Gibson's.
Wow.
For Dodger history.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's my point is you watch these things and you see all these like your teams, and I don't think you realize sometimes at the time like what it actually means. Because you're almost just living too much in it.
Oh my gosh, we have to have Adrian on so we can ask him all about this.
I know, I would love that.
He was so nice when we met him, guys. Can you believe we did?
Well, hopefully we'll be able to have him on soon. That's the goal. Okay, so then bouncing off of what you did, I figured we were going to do so many home runs because it was just like part of the. It's just
I know
the game.
A lot of mine are home runs.
I know, but Adrian and Justin Turner, when they played the corner of the infield, those were some of the most. I was a third baseman for a really long time until I went to first base, and so those two positions I really keyed in on, and I loved them. I loved watching them and all the things, and so. Yeah, those moments, Adrian was a freaking beast. And Justin Turner, too. Like, he works that hot corner insanely. But his throws, I forgot. It was kind of known that Justin was able to just like whiff it to freaking Adrian no matter what. And Adrian would make the out. And it was like guaranteed. Like, you almost just knew once it left Justin's hand, it was going to happen. And I forgot how many of those moments. And so that's what really triggered me to look at it was like, okay, obviously there's a lot of home runs. Like, who did I love watching defensively? And
was he doing the splits like Freddie?
Yeah, that was kind of Justin had him everywhere.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I need to watch some of these highlights.
Yeah, which is really fun. And another thing I'd love to ask him, like, how is it watching Freddie? Just as a first baseman and just like kind of geeking out on what that is.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk to him.
I know. So, okay.
That's a great one. I love good defense. And even like when we talked to Muncy and thinking about all the throws he had to Freddie and so like the Justin Turner to Adrian Gonzalez.
I know. But I'll give Muncy it. Like, he at least is in the vicinity. Justin, that was like the joke. That it was more
like he wasn't throwing
it would be
accurately.
Anywhere.
So Adrian had to go all over the place.
I mean, like, it would be in a laser throw, but it would be like off, But like, Adrian is a tall, big man. Like, I don't. He just
tall, big man.
Tall, big.
I don't remember him being that tall, but I do remember him being taller than I thought he would be.
He was tall. He was a big guy.
We're gonna have to see him again because I can't remember.
I know. Mariachi Loco. He brought an energy to the city. I mean, that was like our original, that was the song title of his walk-up. And it was so fun. So yeah, Adrian, Justin Turner has a few other ones of mine, but that was my little hat tip to Adrian.
Okay, I like that. The next one I put was Kershaw's no-hitter. But we could also just put like the year 2014 and Clayton Kershaw.
I know. Is that the year he won Cy Young?
And MVP. And that's when he stole my heart.
Yeah.
I just remember being in such awe of him. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And he was just so humble. And he cared more about his teammates and cheering for them than acknowledging his own accolades. And that's really what I gravitated towards. And just watching him that year was incredible. And everybody was talking about it.
Yeah. Wow. I know the book I'm reading that's like so many things, it's just like even different people that I didn't even realize were like a few years ahead of him of
Mm-hmm.
pitching and things like that, where I'm like, wow, that was like who he kind of was like looking after and like, or looking up to, or I didn't even realize those were people who are his peers in a sense. I know, what a career.
It
Yeah.
was interesting watching Matthew Stafford's post game interviews and, his 17-year career and just kind of the parallels with Kershaw and just who they are. It's
Yeah.
it's so funny how everybody talks about them being like the best of friends. I feel like it's almost a joke,
Mm-hmm.
but to watch our LA team support each other and just them specifically
Mm-hmm.
is such a beautiful thing.
Really special.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I mean, obviously, I'm with my journey of becoming a Rams fan and all that. It's like, okay, obviously, I wanted them to win, and I can get really excited and stuff. But like, it's not like it's there yet. But when you start to really hear, how he speaks and the things that matter, it's just aligned so much with what makes us love our boys. And
Exactly.
it's just like, yeah, I know. I was definitely rooting for that story. I was more sad that because his career, he's getting up
Mm-hmm.
there. And that's almost what I wanted so much is for him to like have something. But
But how he talked to his daughters who were so upset when he didn't win, those are the messages that turn your kids into who they are.
mhm,
And that's such great just role models and leaders to have to look up to.
yeah.
And we're so lucky that we have so many of them in LA.
How cool is it just seeing him do his like interviews after the game and he's just rocking an LA
Oh,
hat.
I love it so much.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's just a different connection. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not so much just, I don't know. It's not like, I'm not like in love with the Hollywood moment of it, of how perfect that is when it comes to friends and this. It's not so much that, but it's like, it really does capture the genuineness of just two friends and their,
And just I don't know how close they actually are, but they definitely have followed each other's careers and make sure to acknowledge moments in each other's careers because in the book that I'm reading, Kershaw is doing an interview with the author Molly Knight, and she's at his house, and he just signed the biggest contract ever given to a pitcher by the Dodgers at the time.
wow.
And he just got off a phone call to say, like, this is going out. Don't make a comment until the Dodgers acknowledge this. And so his phone is blowing up, and he kind of just tosses it to the side. And the author is saying, like, I thought I was going to have to leave at that moment, but he just sat back down and was like, okay, what's next? And she's watching his phone blow up and she's like, how many texts do you have? And he opens it and has like 29 messages. And one was from Matthew Stafford, who was playing for Detroit at the time, but just sent him a message seeing he got this big contract. And
Yeah.
so I don't know. I guess I imagine their bond will forever be from like when they played in Little League, but just those moments of acknowledging each other and just kind of climbing the ladder in that way is really cool. And I bet that just that respect they have for each other.
Totally. And I just feel like that's how I feel about you. It's like being
Aw.
able, well, I mean,
Are
you,
we Kirsch and Stafford? I'm down.
well, if you think about it, it's like when you have people who are in your life and you're going through somewhat of the same path and you have a lot of things, it's like, it's really nice to be able to have someone to call and be like, the congratulations when something big happens, because that
Mm-hmm.
person knows how big that is,
Yeah.
to this is really rough. Like, this is hard. What do I do here? Even the, knowledge of how to act in front of media and how to handle certain things and how to be true to yourself and all the things. And it's like, it's really nice when you have that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hope forever we're someone to lean on, and be like,
Absolutely. But
yeah,
also, no one knows everything that we've been through with this podcast but each other.
uh-huh,
And I think even just that will give us a bond that no one can relate to. And
totally.
no one will ever know all that has gone on and all that
Right.
we've pushed ourselves to just keep going and move forward and stay positive and believe in
Mm-hmm.
what we're doing and each other.
Totally.
And that's what you hold on to.
Right. And that's what will make the text of like, I am so proud of you. Like, what did you just do? Even better, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So, yeah, it's really nice to see people because, life brings a lot of people apart in so many ways. And yeah, you need people to lean on. I think that's what I love most about what they do. Even the Stafford family wearing Kershaw jerseys when we're in the World
Yeah.
Series, and they're just, yeah, it's just really intentional and cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm jumping to 2006.
Okay, what happened in 2006?
Dodgers versus San Diego. Adrian was first for San Diego at this time. He was playing for the Padres.
I did see someone commented on our thing, and I just think it's funny when fans call the Padres Madres. But it's like fans say it so nonchalantly, like I just call the Trastros and don't acknowledge that I even am calling them that because that's their name,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, that just came to my head. Continue
I
to
love it.
2006.
Well, Adrian's on the San Diego Padres. Adrian was born and raised in San Diego. And so the Padres fans still have a real big bone to pick with him because they say that he claims to be more Dodgers than anything else. And it's like, whatever, guys, you're going to be mad about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, Adrian was playing first. It was 9-5, the bottom of the ninth. The Dodgers are down. And then Jeff Kent came up and hit a home run. JD Drew came up and hit a home run. Russell Martin, which I'm like watching this and I'm just remembering like all the names and all the fun. Russell Martin hit a home run, then to be followed by Marlon Anderson. Don't really remember him, sorry, but anyway.
Back to back to back to back.
Back to back to back to back. Right?
Okay, that's really crazy because I wrote one from 2021 that is very similar. So, okay. And it was against the Padres.
So, crazy.
The Padres.
Okay, but this is the crazy part and why this sticks out because Nomar Garciaparra was another staple in my house, my brother's favorite player. And so this is what I did. I looked up people that I remember loving them and I'm like, what moments have they brought me, Anyway, so the 10th, Nomar Garciaparra did a walk-off 2-run home run to win 11-10. And like I just remember running around my den with my brother, and it just like they're just those moments when players that you love just come through at the moment you need them to, where you're just looking at these players and just like, please be my hero, and then they are, and you're just like, oh, there's just nothing like it. There's really nothing like it.
And then years later, Nomar, could we take a picture with you?
I know.
Wait, that is so crazy. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward on my list because something very similar happened with the Dodgers against the Padres in 2021. And this is a highlight. Like I tell you guys, I like to rewatch highlights a lot. This is one that I've rewatched so many times because I love the whole game, actually.
I'm just cracking up.
What are you laughing at over there?
We're just on such a high because all we're doing is talking highlights.
It's so good.
It's literally like, have you stopped? Like, I feel like I'm like giddy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to set the stage for you.
Okay.
For some reason in 2021, I went to so many games that Scherzer was pitching.
I know.
It always just happened to be him. And I'm like, oh man, it's Scherzer again. Not that I didn't like watching him, but every time you were spending money to go to a game, you kind of want to see another starting pitcher.
You realize that you could see who was pitching.
Well, in those days, I'm just getting whoever wants to take me. Take me. It just always happened to be Scherzer.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's pitching. We quickly get up like 5-0. And actually, I know the date of this because I've watched the highlights so much. It was September 29th, 2021. Scherzer's pitching. We quickly get like a 5-0 lead.
September 18th, 2006.
There's so many things that mirror each other in Dodger world.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're up 5-0 and then quickly lose our lead. And it's when Gavin Lux ran into the wall. And then the next day, the guys did that tape outline of him to just troll him a little bit.
I'm so glad they did because let's be honest, we all knew you came off the field of embarrassment and not from pain.
I know.
It reminded me of Dalton Rushing. Remember when he real flopped over first?
Oh my God, he really flopped.
Yeah, that was a fish out of water.
I forgot about that. But yeah, he really ran into that wall. But that ended up kind of turning things around in that game. And Mookie got up in the 7th, hit a home run. Then the 8th inning, Muncy, home run. AJ Pollock, home run. Cody Bellinger, home run.
Belly.
Now it's 9-9.
Oh my gosh.
And then Corey Seager comes up and hits a 2-run home run. We have the lead. Kenley Jansen comes in and closes, and we beat the Padres.
Gosh, they just hate us for so many reasons.
But like, when does that happen? All of those home runs in a row. Imagine being at that game.
Gosh, the things I would ask Vin, because let's see, what year was yours? Oh no, Vin had
2021.
He already retired. When did Vin retire? We'll fact check. But that
Can
was
you
one of
ask
the
ChatGPT?
yeah, because that was one of the things about the 2006 watching it back, like hearing Vin and their voice and the excitement, and they're just like, this is incredible. And you're just like, it is.
Yeah, I enjoyed because I rewatched most of these highlights that I'm talking about. I always love him calling the no hitter.
Yeah.
And, acknowledging Ellen, who is like, probably just freaking out the whole time. Maybe that was his last year.
2016.
Oh, wow. 2016. And Albert Pujols was on the team at the time and was given all the hugs. And, I love the dugout reaction. So they're watching every home run after home run after home run. And they pan to Albert Pujols and he's like, he can't believe this is happening. It's just so good.
I know. I loved when he came over. I always admired what he did in the Down syndrome world, and then was able to connect with Jock and all that. And that was just like such a cool time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Jock on the team.
Please. Can we please tell him?
I don't know.
Okay.
Guys, I had a dream and some former Dodgers were in it.
And so they were mad at her for not mentioning them as her favorite players, or like they were like, I can't believe you don't talk about me. So honestly, she says the book is what sparked this, but I really think she was like, man, we really got to talk about the past a little.
So I would like someone to analyze this dream of mine, because it's either, I don't know, like my people pleaser in me that just wants to make people happy and have them like me. It's either that, or I'm just so immersed in Dodger world that they are just coming into my dreams. But it felt so real, guys. Jock and AJ Pollock, who I'm pretty sure I did mention last week, they were so mad at me in my dream. And I'm like, guys, I swear, I talk about you all the time.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, man. Okay. Oh, that's really funny.
Does anyone else have dreams about the Dodgers? My dreams are always so real. Like when I wake up, I'm like, did that happen?
Okay, I think I'm going to jump to 2018, because then I want you to tell your 2017.
What's your 2018 one? I'm curious.
The NLCS Game 4 versus the Milwaukee Brewers. We went 13 innings. I was there.
Ooh.
So that kind of makes it a little more special. I tried to go through my camera roll and see like what games that were like. Okay, so it was one of those games where they just kept leaving people on, all the things. It was really fun because Christian Yelich, he was a hometown boy. So there was so much talk even on Instagram of so many people going to see him. And
wow.
Yeah, so we're just like, you remember we were there for the long inning game this last season, and it's just like, will somebody do something? Please. We finally got someone on, and Justin Turner hit one to right field. Christian Yelich came out of nowhere with this catch, and I'm just like, oh gosh, because when you're home, you play better. When you come back to your hometown, it's just the spark you have, and it's like, so okay. And then next inning, they're about to hit. Belly comes out of nowhere with a diving catch. It's just like one of those games where you're just like, I don't know what to do. We had Manny Machado on the team, and he was wearing number 8. That's how much I've blocked him off my team, that I didn't even know that. Why would we put him in 8? I just really have a bone to pick with that whole thing.
Well, no one was hating him in the beginning when he's choosing his number, I guess.
Yeah, but he also brought like a negativity. Mm-hmm. He really did. I remember being like, I don't know. Are you like a team player? We haven't
always had the culture and the clubhouse vibe that everyone talks about now. It hasn't always been like that.
But like, so I'm sitting here watching this game, right? Mm-hmm. Manny gets on. He does he grounds. Gets out at first. The first baseman, I guess, took up too much of first baseman. Manny says something, starts a fight, clears the benches. I'm just like,
Wait, the first baseman was
kind of crowding it. So when Manny ran...
Wait, that's not when he stepped on his foot, is it?
Who stepped on whose foot?
Manny stepped on the first baseman's foot.
I mean, it was the Milwaukee Brewers. He looked like he kind of tripped over it on purpose to kind of tell the
Mm.
guy, which he was kind of crowding it, but it's just so Manny to take it from. The kick was the like, get the frick out of my way.
Uh-huh.
But of course, he takes it to the level of like clearing the benches because it's just like, I'm like, of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he ends up getting back on, gets the second, and then Belly comes through and does a walk off. And it was in the 10th inning. Oh, no, wait, the 13th inning.
Wow.
What a game. What a roller coaster. Like at that point, you just want anyone to do anything. And then I like was thinking of that to get out of that parking lot that night was you would have died. I don't know how Noelle and I got out. I was with my cousin. We got out really quickly, but the two people we were with, it took them 3 hours. So that was fun. That was a fun one. Very
Wow.
well also that was it did come up too because I needed a Belly moment. I needed him. I need because he gave us so many. But that was when I was actually there. And then he
Do
finished it
you
off.
remember Greinke hitting a player and benches cleared? There was a whole brawl. He ended up like breaking his collarbone or something. Do you remember that at all?
Zach Greinke?
Mm-hmm.
I do kind of remember that.
It's just flashing into my mind.
Yeah, I do remember that. It was kind of a little bit more than just a bench is cleared.
It was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Uh-huh. Huh, we'll have to look that up.
Quentin was, I remember the player, he got hit a lot. And it obviously wasn't intentional, but he got so mad thinking it was. You know, he goes after Greinke. Then everybody comes out.
Yeah, I kind of remember
I
that.
didn't put it on my list. It was just kind of flashing in my head. So we're gonna have to watch that
Yeah, I
highlight
need to
later.
watch that one because I can kind of see it in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, I forgot about that.
It's hard to talk about 2017, obviously, but gosh, I loved that team so much. And so from that year, I put Justin Turner's 3-run walk-off home run versus the Cubs to put us up 2-0. And then how can you not acknowledge Kike's 3-home-run game? Solo home run, grand slam, and then a 2-run home run. And I just remember, was there a hurricane or something in Puerto Rico? Because
there was something going on in Puerto Rico.
His heart was there, and he just kept looking for his dad or thinking about his dad. And just one of those amazing moments, like bigger than the game moments for him, feeling like he's playing his heart out for his country. And
I remember that. That was so special. That was
and what a game.
What a
and
game.
Young Kike.
I know. I looked that one up. That was a fun
one. That was game 5 of the NLCS that took us to the World Series that year.
Which goes nicely into my next one, which was game 1 versus the Trash Joes of October 24th, 2017. I went to game 1 World Series.
Wow.
Yeah, Courtney and I went. It was during the time where I had gathered me and a few people in Burbank, we gathered so many people at the Yard House in Burbank. It was actually so much fun to watch with so many people that like going to a game, you almost had FOMO that you weren't going to be at the watch party, which is insane. But like, so we go, it's game 1. I remember that day being so hot. I mean, like, I don't even think I wanted a beer. I think I just drank water. I was in shorts. Wow. I mean, hot. So hot. I just remember that. Anyway, it was like the perfect game other than being there. World Series game 1. We just came off this high of the NLCS. I got a Kershaw start. He went 7th innings and 11 strikeouts. So it was a great game by Kershaw. It started off with Chris Taylor hitting in a home run and getting us on the board like immediately, which is always so fun. Then Alex Bregman followed with a home run. So now it's tied. Bottom of the 6th, JT. He had just did his walk-off the series before for the NLCS. And so obviously you as a fan are sitting there like, please do it again. Like, please be my hero again. Please, and then he does it. He gets a 2-run home run. We take the lead. The stadium is just JT everything. Like that guy for those, oh my gosh, we were just like so pumped. Like I said, when you want your person to come through and then they do, it's just like the best feeling in the world. And then Kenley came in and finished the game, and we won 3-1. And this was the time when Kenley, when he came in, everyone was a little scared. It was a little bit of the love hate time, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't that big of a lead, so a lot could go wrong. But he did it, and it was so fun.
When he was on, he was on.
Mm-hmm.
I always defend him.
I loved him, but like I said, when we played him and we beat him in the end, he let the game. What game was that? Who does he play for right now? I thought he was with the Angels. But that was not us
I
playing
feel
the
like
Angels.
he just wants to be back on the Dodgers.
I know. That was my 2017. So everyone would choose the JT walk-off, which was great. But I was at game one of the World Series versus the Astros, and it was just wonderful. It's wonderful to see us win.
Mm.
What a heartbreak the rest of that season was.
I know. Well, I will piggyback off of that one and skip over a couple for now to get to the first time the Trastros came to Dodger Stadium after they cheated. And I was at that game. And that will forever be one of my favorite games. And maybe the loudest I've ever heard Dodger Stadium with how loud the boos were.
Can I get a date?
So this is, I think, again, 2021, because I kept going to Scherzer games. It was his first time pitching at Dodger Stadium, and it was against the Trastros. So there was so much at stake there, and you could feel it in the crowd. People are showing up in trash cans,
Wow, since 2017.
FL2 that, like it was so loud.
That was the first time we had played them in Dodger Stadium since 2017.
Well, remember COVID
Oh
happened,
yeah.
and this was the first time playing at Dodger Stadium. Maybe we played there, and it
Mm-hmm.
was, I think, the first game Walker Bueller pitched, and we lost. So this was the second game, new crowd, obviously, and I'm there, up top deck, real far, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Scherzer, 10 strikeouts, gets a curtain call. Every strikeout, everyone's erupting. We win the game. It will forever be such a memory for me. Just, I love baseball because you go and you don't know anybody around you. You bond over the team, and all of a sudden you leave and you're all hugging each other and you're best friends. And we all were just so angry at what happened, and we just let it all out.
Yeah, I mean, this is what kind of going back to what we're going through right now. Like, stop acting like we haven't had our heartbreak. Like, and not even that, but we had a heartbreak by someone who cheated, blatantly cheated. Like, to be honest, I don't know how anybody, you can still be an Astro fan, that's fine. I get it. It's your team, there's a lot. You go through a lot of ups and downs. But I hate the argument of not caring that they cheated in the World Series, because it really just takes away, then diminishes what it is. Like, as baseball players, don't you look at this as like everything you're working for?
Mm-hmm. Because of how it was handled, it will follow the people that are associated with that team for not just the rest of their careers, but the rest of their lives. To be honest, I bet there's not going to be a day that they're not reminded about it somehow. And so to me, that's kind of justice.
No, I know. But
And the fact
it's
that they
really
get
frustrating that
booed by
people,
fans, not just Dodger fans, Yankee fans, you know, that organization will always kind of be tarnished with that.
yeah, I know.
And that win should have been taken away from them.
Agreed.
But moving past the Trastros, what you got next?
Okay, this one just stood out just as an LA staple. It was game 4 of the World Series versus the Boston Red Sox. It was the 6th inning. We were down. Yasiel Puig comes up and he launches a 3-run home run. Like, that, he was insane. The moments he brought to our team, I know he has a lot of talking points of who he is and all the things, and that can be for another episode, but just as who he was and what he brought to our team and the moments and who he was as a player, like, he was so talented and he brought such great moments. That's not what really stand out about this. Is mostly the iconic Kobe in the background. And to have, I remember when that happened and it panned to Kobe just standing up, and it's just like, I will never forget that moment in LA. It was like, on top of celebrating this 3-run home run, which gave us the lead. We ended up losing the series, but that moment has forever been stapled in LA history. And to have Kobe be there and like everything, this was on his later end, it was 2018, and everything he had already brought to our city. And it's like his presence and what it's just unmatched. It's unmatched. I know there's a lot of really powerful athletes and what they bring and all that. It's in LA for Kobe, it's just unmatched. And it was just kind of this like, come on boys, like little I don't know, it was just perfect. I remember that night I was like, we everyone, if you see a newspaper, grab it, everyone grab a newspaper. So yeah, that's really special. I feel like those moments are just bigger than just the win.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would love to have like that image framed one day.
mm-hmm.
Kobe, that, that famous image
I know.
of him at Dodger Stadium, with like his arm up or
I
something. Like
know.
that's a image I would like to have in a future home or studio one day.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I don't even know if I remember. I'm sure Kobe had gone to other games. I know that he's like, all the things, but it was, I don't know, it's Kobe and he's sitting there. He was an Eagles fan. He was granted at this point we didn't have a football team in LA and like, but I mean, it's not just because he played for us, he does not a fan of something else,
Mm-hmm.
or a different city, but it's like to have Kobe there and to kind of take on the Dodgers as everything he was. It was just, yeah, it was special and it was different. And it was a moment that, like I said, was just bigger than the win or the game. It was just something that, man, did we just all watch that with Kobe?
Oh my gosh. When I moved to LA and started just becoming immersed in LA sports and stuff like that, I really gravitated towards Kobe a lot.
Mm-hmm.
His Mamba mentality, how he acted, the intensity, it reminded me of my dad a lot. And, I live my life knowing that my dad's with me and I think of him that way. But there are moments that, man, I wish I could talk sports with him. And I would love to know what he thought about Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
I was 16 when my dad died. So getting to talk to him about sports as an adult is something I will forever wish I could do, but am kind of doing that now. And
Mm-hmm.
he's here in
Mm-hmm.
all over. But I wonder what he thought about Kobe, what he thought about the Dodgers. I've asked my Uncle John too, and he doesn't really remember like those specific things. Um, but yeah, those are things I wonder, just like how he felt about some of the players that I've really gravitated towards
Mm-hmm.
that he watched.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it is interesting. I was like, being born and raised here, everyone around you, it's like, Kobe was ours so much so that like I don't even think I ever thought of how somebody from somewhere else thought of him. Like I knew he had a lot of haters and he was a ball hog in so many worlds and all this, but like, yeah, I never really thought what a grown man,
Mm-hmm.
not, like a grown man who knows sports, who, it's like even the way I looked at Derek Jeter, it's like I didn't have to have hate. I could just respect the player he was. And like, yeah, it'd be interesting that.
Well, even like the Philly connection, because
Mm-hmm.
my dad, was a
Right.
Philly sports
I'm
fan.
like, it's funny
I feel like he probably liked Kobe
yeah,
for just that connection. So I
totally.
just wonder.
I feel like every time you say your dad's such a jokester and stuff, I like when you're saying that, I'm like, I could hear him being like, I mean, he's got football down, but like making a joke. Like, yeah, he's a really good football. He knows football really well. I don't know about basketball, like making
He
kind of the ha
totally
ha.
would say something like that. No one thought they were funnier than he thought he was.
That's so good.
um, Actually, I'll ask my mom. Mom, do you remember what Dad thought about Kobe? Maybe I don't know, maybe something will
Yeah,
spark.
I'm sure there had to have been talks.
Well, when she started dating my dad, sports weren't big for her growing up, so
Mm-hmm.
she became immersed in sports. And so it was just like she was around it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to pick her brain a bit.
Hey, Cindy.
Oh,
Okay, give me some more.
this is what started off the whole conversation, kind of. When I sent you the 11-run first inning.
Oh, that was such a. I woke
Okay.
up and I was like, man, this was so fun.
That is one I watch all the time because it is just so good. There is nothing I love watching more than the Dodgers dominate
Yeah, you love that.
and the other team have nothing.
Yeah.
Score zero. And we're down 2 games, I think, at this point. This is 2020 NLCS game 3. So, yeah, Braves are up 2-0. And we come back and we score 11 runs in the first inning. we have a Jock Peterson home run. Edwin Rios, remember him? He hits
Yeah.
a home run right after. Uh, and then a Muncie grand slam. And all of a sudden, you're looking at like Max Fried, I think was pitching. The look on his face of like, he couldn't believe this was
Uh-huh.
happening, that we were just one after the other. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah. I know that was that's my point. You forget so many moments.
Max's bat drop for that grand slam
Yeah.
after we're already up, scoring like crazy. I just love it so much. Oh, I wish I asked him about that. How did I forget? I've watched that highlight so many times.
Because he's so good. It took over this last
Maybe
season.
I'll text Kelly and ask if she could ask Max how he felt in that moment. It was just so good.
Oh my
11 runs.
gosh.
I don't think that's ever happened in baseball history or
Hmm.
happened since.
Yeah, we'll have to check that. But yeah,
So good.
in one inning, the first inning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fun
We
game.
scored, like, I think that Mookie got on base and then Seager hit him in, I think, in 2 pitches.
You
We
want to
had
know
already
what's the
scored.
worst? Is like that first pitcher is like, oh my gosh. And then they get him pulled, and then the other guy comes in, and then they just keep hitting home runs. It's like, what do you do at that point? You just got to watch the show.
You know, it's funny because that was 2020 during COVID. So a lot of people are wearing masks. I bet the look on their faces under those masks was not very happy for those Braves.
Oh
Oh, that one was so
man.
good. I did skip over Muncie's 18th inning walk off. Uh, that's a moment in Dodger history. Hit it
Mm-hmm.
off of Nathan Evaldi. Do you remember
Mm.
him?
I remember the name.
Yeah, obviously that was amazing
Yeah.
and reminds me of us at game 3 of this World Series, just wanting someone to do something. And we
Something.
really thought it was going to be Max again.
I know. We wanted it to be.
But of course, Freddie comes through.
Oh, Fred. Well,
Who you got next?
those are kind of my throwbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I obviously compiled a few of within these last 2 years because I know that there's so many moments that have happened that are my favorite.
I know. There's just so many, but we've talked about them a lot. So I felt
Mm-hmm.
like let's go
Let's
back a
go
little. The
back.
only one I didn't mention
Yeah, let's hear.
is CT3's walk off, which, oh my gosh, what a moment that was in the wild card game.
I know. Honestly, that was one of my favorite things of watching all these different plays back and all these moments is how much CT3.
Yeah.
And he's always in the mix and in the
Mm-hmm.
outfield and this, and he's like calling people off and like it's just I miss the electric CT3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? It's cool for his career that he's had these amazing moments that people will talk to him about forever. And yeah, he was so good and just kind of an all around great player,
Mm-hmm.
offensively and defensively for the Dodgers for so many years that
I know.
it was sad to see him go and
It
go to a different
was,
team. He just had a second baby.
but that's really sweet. I
And so
saw
did the
Tommy Edmonds,
Edmonds.
yeah. But I do remember the drop off of CT3 a little, and it was hard because we
Yep.
all really wanted it from him. Same with Cody Bellinger, where as much as those people I was like really sad to see leave,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just unfortunately baseball's time when it
Mm-hmm.
came to how do
The
you
amount
keep
of
everyone and how
strikeouts.
it just got hard to watch. But it was nice to a refresher of all the things and all the reasons why we did love him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was good. He was really good. Well, I wish them the best always.
Mm-hmm. Let's do like a back and forth of just things that pop in our heads from the last two World
Okay.
Series wins.
Okay. You want to start?
Oh, I also forgot to mention Shohei's game against the Marlins. It basically was just Shohei. Remember, he scored like 10 RBIs, 3 home runs, hit 50-50 that game. That was insane.
I'm really excited to see him play again.
I know.
Sometimes it's like, what is our life?
I
Like
know.
these players that we get to see as like consistently. When spring training, let's go.
Soon.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, obviously, I'll start with Freddie's walk-off grand slam in game 1 of the World Series. That is my favorite moment I've witnessed as a Dodger fan.
Well, I think we've always talked about how Kirk Gibson, especially 88, the year we were born. And then that moment I've always kind of loved, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been one of our favorites, right? And so, um, it was crazy though. Justin Turner's walk off, it was on the anniversary of Kirk Gibson's, which is so crazy how these things always fall into place. And
I
like,
know.
you know, but Freddie's was our Kirk Gibson World Series moment. And yeah, it's forever special. You just know where you were when that happened, and you know how you felt, and it's always just special.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mine after Freddie was Tommy Edman NLCS 2024, just the whole NLC.
Wow. Yep.
I mean, he was just so fun to watch.
I remember my aunt, Teresa, Mets fan, texting me and being like, "This Tommy Edman,"
Mm-hmm.
and just being so impressed by him and kind of acknowledging the fact that like it's not always the MV3 that are doing everything.
Uh-huh.
Like we
Yeah.
got a really good team.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. Okay, so that was one.
Okay. I mean, I'm now everything coming to my head is all the defensive plays by Miggy Rowe, the Kike to Miggy, the Miggy to Will Smith,
The Miggy to Will Smith.
Miggy's home run.
The Miggy to Will Smith. I mean, Kike, that was very close, and that had to be, there was no room for error, but like it was like two plays of no room for error, and to just like watch it get done, and then it's just like, yeah, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The best.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God he put his heel down.
The fifth inning in 2024.
Yeah. The fifth inning. Yeah.
When everything turned around, Kike gets on base, starts it off, and all of a sudden we tie the game. That was amazing. Oh my gosh.
All right. This one's pretty high up there for me.
What?
We're in Toronto. It's 2025. Team's warming up. And Dave Roberts decides to race Kim. And I honestly think that is such a turning point for our guys, and really just broke the ice in so many different ways,
Mm-hmm.
and just reminded them that they have fun and that they enjoy this, and that I love that moment. That was a good one.
I feel like that's a good one to end on.
Okay.
And I will say, whenever I'm feeling a certain way, that's when I watch highlights. So I think another reason why I've been diving into highlights, there's so much going on in the world that is really horrible right now. And baseball has always been my escape, and it's an escape for so many people. And I always want it to be. But I just want to acknowledge that it's really hard to focus on anything else other than what's going on in the world right now. And so whoever is also feeling really heavy, I am with you. And, it's not about politics anymore. It's right versus wrong. It's human decency. And baseball is something that brings people together. And so I always want to lean into it in that way, and allow it to continue to bring us together.
Yeah.
In a time where we're very divided right now.
Yeah.
So I just felt that on my heart. And I'm so grateful for baseball.
I know. Watching these highlights really do. They help you bring some joy.
It's an instant smile. It's always been that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I can put on CT3's wild card home run, and I will be in an instant good mood.
Yeah. No, totally. Okay, you didn't have any fun facts this week, but I have a couple.
Whoops.
Actually, I only have one.
What?
Mookie's coaching the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game. Basketball.
He is?
Basketball. Yeah, NBA. Okay. Yeah, February 13th on ESPN.
How
fun is that? I know, I want to play.
Does he need an assistant coach? I did see that Dave Roberts said he wants to coach the World Baseball Classic in 2028.
No, I think the USA Olympic team.
Oh, that's what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And then this was kind of like going off of, this isn't a fact. This is kind of like, I was laughing to myself a little, because we're talking about how many people are hating on the Dodgers and how they're ruining baseball and how they're just completely taking away the competitive edge. And it's like, I wonder how those teams feel about their fans thinking they can't beat the Dodgers. Like, wouldn't you as a team be like, okay, relax. Like, can my fans chill out a little? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's your loyalty? Where's your faith in your guys a little bit?
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Mm-hmm. I did like seeing that the Pirates are doing stuff.
Okay, yeah. I remember you kind of mentioning it. What are they doing?
Well, for so many years, they really haven't been trying, which I guess is kind of how I would put it.
Yeah.
But
MLB blows my mind. What do you mean not trying?
I know.
Like, what are you doing?
So, yeah, they started making moves. They signed 4 players, Brandon Lowe, Ryan O'Hearn. Ryan O'Hearn is the first free agent position player, multi-year deal that the Pirates have signed in almost a decade. That's insane.
That's insane.
They also signed Gregory Soto and the name that I was like, how do you think you pronounce this? Joe Stinson Garcia. I think I got it right.
I think you did it really good.
Wow.
To the point where it's like, I didn't even think it would be spelled that way.
I know. Well, when you see like all the consonants together, you're like, how on earth do you say that? But
Can you give me the fact one more time of when's the last time they did something? What was the year?
I don't have the year. I said about a decade. So
okay,
10 years that they haven't signed a multi-year deal to a
you want to
player.
know it's so annoying? Like, why are we ruining the competitiveness?
I think we're upping the stakes for other teams to have to compete.
It's like over a decade, then do more.
Exactly.
You're not competitive because you're not doing anything.
But now they're getting all this praise because they're actually doing something. They're actually spending money and wanting to fix the weaknesses from last year. And I'm really glad. And to me, that means that they're done just kind of sitting on the sidelines and they want to compete. So
yeah, but we're not allowed to fix our weaknesses. Sorry, we have Superman Ohtani.
Oh, stop it.
God, I love him so much.
Oh, and then it's so funny that the last couple of times we've recorded, major things have happened in baseball while we're recording.
Yeah, or like the day after.
So like 2 weeks ago, it's when Kyle Tucker signed with us. And now last week when we recorded, Cody Bellinger finally signed his 5-year deal with the Yankees. I'm happy to see him back with the Yankees. Now I'm curious to see what's happened in this last hour.
I know. Seriously, things just keep like breaking news when we're doing this.
I know.
Well, what was like on the stakes? Like, what do you think could have happened?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about it.
Maybe another team is starting to do something.
Oh, yay.
Everyone could just go be happy about all the other teams getting better, but not the Dodgers.
Well, guys, if you're watching or listening, I want to know some of your favorite Dodger moments from years past, whether you were at a game or remember where you were watching it. Like when these moments came in my head, it was like the moments that I remember like jumping up and down on the couch, like when Muncy hit that walk-off in the 18-inning game and just the pure joy and like you're saying, like running around your house.
Well, it's just like when you sit there and you just have so much faith that you know they can do it and they're going to do it. And then they do it. You're just like, what is life? Should I read the ones that people put on our Instagram?
Did we name all of them?
I don't think we named all of them.
Yeah, see if we left any out.
One will be happy. One was their 2016. I mean, my 2006 one.
Oh, nice. I saw the Kike 3 home run game was in there.
Babe Ryuth.
Oh, they're probably talking about Hyun-Jin Ryu.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved him. I also loved them reuniting. Was it when the guys were in Korea? Remember he gifted Dave Roberts stuff? Oh, I loved his personality.
John Rocker getting mooned by a fan after coming back from a suspension.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
CT3 walk-off, home run playoffs years past. Pages catch over Kike World Series.
What about you reminding me that Justin Turner and Chris Taylor shared the MVP award?
Yeah.
Or both got it? I didn't even know you can give it to 2 players.
I didn't either.
I forgot about that.
I didn't either. Kike Rojas double, Freddie walk-off, 19-inning walk-off, CT3 walk-off. Okay, yeah, we did. Kike 3-run walk-off.
So many good ones. But yeah, leave a comment. Let us know your favorite moments. I'd love to know.
I know. And as always, guys, like, subscribe, share. Those are really the biggest ways to help us continue to be able to do this. And yeah, that was a fun little blast from the past.
That was so much fun.
I know.
But we will be back next week and have some more fun Dodger stuff to talk about.
Can't wait.
Ta-ta for now. Go Dodgers.
TTFN.
Bye. I just want somebody to talk Dodgers to me.